All right. I took the U-locks off to eliminate some of the weight on this rack. Also, the bikes were, for whatever reason, they wanted to fall over. So we put a ratchet strap on each one of them. Not very tight, just tight enough to keep the bikes from wanting to fall over. I don't know why they were doing that. I guess just the vibration and the whipping of the rack, you know, natural tendency is for them to want to flip over. We don't want that on a long trip. We want the bikes to stay vertical. So that's why we put these straps on. But you don't want to put a lot of tension on them. You want, although this one's got quite a bit, this one's got very little. You just want to keep the bikes upright. That's what those straps do. So in any case, we're done. We were able to pick up the turkey. We've got pears. And I don't have to buy a pizza tonight. The pizza place is closed, the good one. So, but the good news is there's Hot Mama's Pizza up there in Duck Creek Village. So we'll probably end up getting that at some point too. I don't know. Anyways, and I don't know, man. I'm just trying to figure out how to shave some weight off of this rack. You know, I took the locks off. I was thinking about putting one of these completely empty on here. Each one of these gas cans has maybe 2 gallons of fuel in it. So they're about half full only. So it's like having one full one. But I was thinking maybe take one of those take one off. And I may do it, you know, and that way and then put an empty one on there. You know what I'm saying? So now you only have 2 gallons of fuel. Now at some point we're gonna have to stop and fill these 2 up, or at least fill one of those containers up. You should actually fill them both up. But like I said, we're just trying to, you know, stick our toe in the water, put the least amount of weight on the rack initially, see how it handles it through their trip. So I think that's the way to go. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'm going to make a note of it. As a matter of fact, I'll make a note of it right now. What we're going to do is take the one that has 2 gallons in it, take it off, and then we'll see how she rides. For the beginning of the trip. The trick here is to minimize the weight on this platform, Uncut Piston Pro platform, initially, to see how it rides, to make sure that everything is going okay. And then we can, I mean, eventually you're going to have both of these full of fuel, and you'll certainly have one of these cans full of fuel and at least half of the other one full of fuel at all times, especially when you get close to where you're going to be. Anyways, just shaving some weight off of it and securing the bikes to keep them vertical. We did it. You know, I'm glad we took this little test drive to the grocery store. So you know, when you go on a trip, you don't want to be fucking around. You don't want to have the load fucking up on you. This is carrying we just calculated it again. We probably got about 300 pounds on here right now. So that's what the hitch weight can take. This car can take a 300-pound hitch weight. This particular bike quad bike, it can carry 4 bikes. So essentially, it could carry 4 60-pound bikes. That would be 240 pounds. Now the quad itself is about 50 pounds. So in that case, it would be almost 300 pounds, the quad with 4 bikes, if you had heavy bikes like these ones, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it can carry 60-pound bikes. So we've got one bike that's 68 and the other one is 48. So between the two of them, we've got 2 60-pound bikes. A little under, actually. But in any case, I don't see a problem, but it's better to be safe and keep the weight down initially, and then you'll put more weight as you see that it's working just fine. Okay, I've got to go put this turkey in the fridge, and we're going to probably make a sandwich. Probably make several sandwiches, a couple for tomorrow too. So we'll be all set with tomorrow's lunch and dinner with a couple sandwiches already made. So as soon as I have to make one tonight to eat, I'll make a couple for tomorrow. Okay, guys. God, yeah. Now, all these U-locks, I took them off. They are going to come with us. They're just not going to be on the rack. I mean, those 3 U-locks are probably 25 pounds, maybe 20 pounds. So it's nice to get that 20 pounds off. So, you know, and like I said, tomorrow I'll take one of these off and I'll put an empty one in its place. So that'll shave another, say, 20 pounds off, maybe 17 pounds. So the idea is to get it light initially and then put on more weight as you see that it's doing just fine. So anyways, we're gonna get on out of here. Boy, I'm glad I took that little ride to the grocery store and see what was happening. You know, the bikes were falling over. Now, they would have probably got to a certain point and stopped, but it didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? It's better to keep those bikes upright. So to do that, you put a couple of ratchet straps on them to hold them up vertical. Boom. This ain't rocket science, kids. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go.